Hey there! From all the downpatching enjoyment I've had, been able to make some builds without all the unwanted and not needed damage range fall off from update 204. So these are all the update 200 builds I enjoyed. Before update 204 times, weapons were better balanced. After DRF, strong things got buffed, such as snipers, Akimbos, then SMGs and rifles getting absurd damage increases from later patches, while LMGs, shotguns, and pistols were left in a miserable state. Oh, let's not forget all the overpowered DLC Overkill wanted to sell out. Since there's still no update 240 fixes officially from Overkill, I recommend giving the downpatch a try. Since it's been very stable and weapons feel a lot better again, been able to play with different folks and no major crashing or desync happening. Setting this up may have a bit of a hurdle with mods, but it will definitely be worth it, so got a quick little video, feel free to check that out. So, with that being said, I wanted to showcase 5 builds you guys can try or enjoy, or just simply sit back and watch the video. These will work for console and perhaps current patch of the game, yet I can't fully recommend it either without me thoroughly testing it. I'll show the skill trees on the video for the sake of the video time, weapon attachments, and of course the build link will be in the video description. So, starting off, Anarchist, Street Sweeper, and Cavity. Anarchist, as we know, has a lot of skill points to spend for damage, so we opted for a whole lot of it. Packing Berserker, Overkill Aced, and some crits, you can sweep up at normal cops and specials, while the Cavity makes it pretty snazzy to take care of dozers almost instantly. As per Anarchist's standard builds, Molotov yourself at the start of the map to get that damage bonus, then convert a cop with Partners in Crime Ace to get that HP bonus. Anarchist turns that health bonus into more armor points. Then you have your build to take anything on. The shotgun you're going to primarily use for everything. Any dozer or sniper that needs attention will be taken care of from the Cavity. I would have used a different DMR, but the Cavity conceals so well, and the slow swap speed is alleviated from the Overkill Ace swap bonus. I gotta say, I was having fun taking this out as shotguns like this didn't need the nerf as much as Ishma or Goliath did. This build may not be entirely strong to keep up with Gray's snipers or Akimbo Commando with Bulletstorm, but hey, it does make for some satisfying kills even in the craziest situations. Ay, 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 ay. Oh, holy shit. On to the second build, Crook, with the Stakeout and Judge. While the Ishma and Goliath got their deserved nerfs, the Stakeout was hardly used in comparison. While it was much harder to conceal, you can get lots of shells to shoot with. Crook can be played similar to Armor, but with some speed and dodge. In this build, we're taking another Zerk route to endure the 2 armor shot setup Crook has with Frenzy Aced, Iron Man, and Die Hard Aced. Now for this setup, I have some redundancy here with Shotgun Eye Aced for the shields, and the Judge for the anti-shield, as it does help for stripping dozer faceplates off, as well as for zerking. With Crook Frenzy, you could take a light or a shield shot after the armor is broken, or shoot the ground with the Judge shotgun while standing, not crouching, 3 times, and you can get a snazzy Zerk setup. Nonetheless, the limited accuracy shotguns have does make it a little harder for kills at far range, since back in the update 200 days, the DHL shotgun attachment, the Donald's horizontal leveler, puts the pellets at a horizontal spread. This means you can kill 2 enemies in 1 click, but with the subsequent nerfs from the DRF and the reduced pellet count, drop shotguns into shit guns. At least with update 200, the range is more comfortable than the current patched. The best part of this build is if you have underdog procced, you know, when 3 enemies are targeting you, which is much easier for clients compared to if you're hosting a game. You can start one-shotting heavies assuming you have at least 80% Zerk. Now this build may not be great on the current patch of Payday 2, but hey, it does have some use cases in really tight or smaller maps. Beautiful. dude. How to clear the area. On to the next build, Grinder, Akimbo Parabellums, and the 5.7 AP pistols. From shotguns to pistols, no idea why these were nerfed, as pistols were best use case is single target damage, but Payday 2 is best with multi-kills or AoE based builds. This build was inspired from one of my future try this builds with the Russian 12 pistol. Since the Russian 12 was the only pistol without damage fall off, I figured how well would the 5.7 be? Turns out pretty much the same. Grinder is simple, just shoot the enemy and you get healing similar to lifesteal, but only works on suit or LVV armors. So with this build we have a mix of armor piercing and head clicking, and the healing is nice and pretty quick. It may not be OP like the copycat version in the current state, but with ammo bags, you can spam or aim for heads however you feel. This build has a joker as well. Similar to the first one, converting a cop with partners in crime ace gives you more HP, which makes sense for an HP deck, right? Since the secondary will be primarily used for the majority of, cop shields and everything else, Trigger Happy Ace is meant to keep the one-shot breakpoint consistent. Now for the primary that's secondarily used, the Akimbo Parabellums. These are meant for dozers, turrets, or other emergency needs. They conceal very well for low blow crits, and have lots of bullets to shoot with. I honestly forgot how strong and fun these Akimbo Parabellums are. Otherwise, nothing else too fancy about this build, very solid all around. Just make sure your teammates don't hog all the ammo, or your 60-second bullet storm on the last ammo use. This post here is like so good. You gonna come chase me, nerds? You gonna come chase me, nerds? The next build is Hacker with the Cobus 90 and the GL40. Hacker in the downpatch version isn't as crazy strong as the extended range or the reoccurring stun that in the current patch of Payday 2 has, but at least we can have a unique build that doesn't get compromised by the DRF with the Cobus 90 SMG. This build isn't DPS heavy like the others, but it can help push objectives with the Hacker stun, the extra dodge the build gets, on top of some crowd clearing from the GL40 grenade launcher. At least with this build, you can take your favorite SMGs like the Paras, the Heathers, or Mark 10s, and it will perform pretty similar. In the current patch, this build will definitely suffer, as the grenade launchers also got an ammo pickup nerf from the updates. So I can kinda understand the grenade launcher nerfs, but not the SMG nerfs it got. So anyways, with Hacker, you get more dodge when you press the pocket ECM throwable and make one kill. You'll have extra dodge for 30 seconds, which is the highest dodge value in the game. So use this time to make pushes or do objectives or whatever you need. Lastly, we have first aid kits. So if you need health right away or need to push objectives without the pocket ECM, these will refill your health when your HP is at 0 automatically. So place them next to corners or where a fight's going on pretty heavy, or next to objectives to save yourself or your teammates. Okay, one down because I forgot to pre-place the fact. We got a really good escape. That was nice. What do you mean this thing isn't good for this map? It played just fine and exactly what it needed to do. As for the last build, I wanted something pretty standard, such as armor with the Brenner and Krinkov. Another solid build without the need for super aiming. LMGs, I do agree, needed a tad nerf compared to rifles back then. The DRF changes gave LMGs the range damage drop treatment and their ammo pickups drop too. I'm okay with the ammo pickup nerf, but not the damage dropped after 15 or so meters. So, with armor and Zerk, all you have to do is break your armor, take a 225 heavy SWAT shot, and this will leave you at 5 health. So with the Brenner LMG body expertise, you could start two-shotting those heavies and one-shotting lights, SWATs, or shields. Specials and dozers will obviously take longer, so you can use the Krinkov for that. In this build, we have Bloodthirst Ace to manage with the long Brenner reloads. Just make a melee kill at any enemy, and you will have a super speed reload for the LMG. Otherwise, the rest is a standard armor setup with consistency and damage. Sure, it may not be unique in terms of a build, but it does feel nice to feel how strong LMGs were back in the day. But as for the current patch, this build will still work very well. Only using the bipod for super long kills is gonna be terrible, but it's there if you ever needed it. I like this spot. So, I've been testing and playing a lot more stuff over the week, hence my YouTube and Twitch streams from these builds. So if you're interested in more of these build videos, feel free to stick around here, or join me on Twitch streams to submit a build for me to try. There I'll let you know what's great, and what needs improvement, and pretty bluntly too. Until Overkill fixes the terrible update 240 stuff, I'll be sticking to this downpatch version of the game. I've already expressed my concerns over the latest Payday 2 updates, and Payday 3 has been a roller coaster of issues, so I don't think I need to repeat what everyone else is saying. Anyways, for this channel, I want to stick to more build and guide stuff for Payday 2. Yes, the game's been out for many years, and there's overpowered perks and weapons to play with. But I always come across folks that always has questions, and likes to ask for help, so maybe I can work on a DSOD guide with harder maps and only bots for solo, or some more build stuff you guys see fit. As for that, I think that's enough rambling. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Stick around and I'll see you next time.